Hi, I'm Rob Lightfoot. I'm the director of something called ThinkingFunny.com. And you may wonder, well, what is that and why are you bothering me? Well, I'll keep it brief. I am here because I'm looking for people who want to have a conversation about humor, the things they love, how they might want to create humor, and how we can support one another in this goal to have an art form that is as old as human beings be able to communicate at each other without throwing rocks. So, thinkingfunny.com, check it out. I have to ask myself at times, why am I doing this? Because it involves a lot of work. We put on a conference, I collaborate with people. But let me show you something here, if I can scare this thing up. I have a piece of paper that I'm going to share with you that years ago, after talking about it night after night for a long time, I decided to pursue an advanced degree in events and event management. And it's like, well, why would you want to do that? And I would tell anybody who would listen, I want to get artists together and have them have fun, have them create things that are intriguing, witty, kind, poke a little bit at power, but are kind to the people who are suffering. There's an old saying that journalism is a profession whose goal it is to comfort the afflicted and afflict the comfortable. And I think humor is kind of a part of that too. So I'm beginning a journey here in social media. I've been doing the events for several years now. And of course, I have accounts on Twitter and all that stuff. But I think in terms of real engagement and interaction, it's time to step my game up and get over the land of Discord, Patreon, and more membership-based things. And the idea is that it will generate enough support that we can bring people on stage to help entertain us and teach us. Conferences are expensive, and helping to be able to pay for that is a way of making sure they continue. And I'm a big believer in paying artists. I have been talking to other people I know who do conferences, and their shtick is that they have people come on stage for free, which is great, and talk about ideas and then hit you with a pitch to buy their book or do counseling. And I think that's a perfectly legitimate format. It's a little trickier with artists in the performing arts and humorists or whatever. I mean, they're writing columns, so what are they supposed to do? You can go subscribe to the newspaper that carries their column, the one or two newspapers left in all creation, or what? So we're having conversations around how to place our humor. And of course, there's McSweeney's and Humor Weekly and all kinds of stuff. One of my favorites is, in addition to ThinkingFunny.com, of course, there's the Funny Times, where I have had the joy and the privilege of being published several times. So I don't want to get too much about me right now. I'm more interested in hearing from you. And I suspect there are those of you out there who know a lot more than I do about humor writing, but also about technology and ways that we could effectively get together. Anyway, let me go on and show you the that piece of paper. Years ago, after another evening and another glass of wine, or my wife, 40 years now, Karen, said to me, well, what do you really want to do here? I mean, you keep talking about this. And I really thought long and hard about it. And she handed me a marker and this rumpled up piece of paper. It's rumpled up now. It was rumpled up then. And I thought about it. And it's like, I want to be a part of a group of people that are committed to making humor, making people laugh, and creating stuff that is thought-provoking but kind. And in the course of doing this, of creating a community. And the tools for that have really stepped up, as most of us know. And I'm still getting on top of it. And that's why I'm freely admitting that there are probably people listening to this who know a lot more than I do about being effective and using social media, not making mistakes. And maybe you can offer advice in this conversation where we can all speed along the path of developing our chops in this area. Now, let me close by saying that if you check out the Thinking Funny Humor Conference, it is a Big Ten operation. I tend to write. My other advanced degree before I got in events is in speech comm, and I've been involved in speech competitions, but also an instructor at the college level in things from public speaking to debate to literature performance, a close cousin of theater and lit, and directed a little bit. So I come from a kind of a small town background, a small college where I had the joy of doing a lot of things. And my goal has always been to help people tell their stories and to realize we all have something worthwhile to say. You may not get rich and famous doing this, probably won't. My books, I'm very proud of, they're out in print, were a delight to write. Well, they were kind of a pain in the butt to write, but it was a delight to go through the process of writing them and having some collaboration getting them into print. And we can talk about that here. But the idea is this should be fun. It should be something that lets you realize some ambitions you have. And as I said, the Big Ten operation means I don't just have humor columnists in the conference. We also have songwriters, because I think there's a lot to learn about funny songs. We have stand-up comedians. We have travel writers. And we have people who are capable of explaining how you can self-publish a book. And I think that's important because the reality is humor is a hard sell. I mean, we'll probably have people on here and sit down together and look at the latest edition of the Publishers Marketplace for who's buying humor. But if you are looking for funny just for the sake of funny, people who are writing jokes and whatnot, Dave Barry in these days, or back in the day, Irma Bombeck, really small target for where you can place those things, very competitive. But maybe you know how to write mysteries or horror or romance or some other genre, science fiction, and being able to use humor in that effectively may help you. And we would like to know what you're up to so we can read what you're up to. So that's the idea here is, we're going to find that we come together with various forms of expertise in various interests, various tastes. And all I'll say is I'm not big on censorship. I'm a former speech teacher, and I worked real hard to let my students say what they wanted to say, even if I strongly disagreed with it, as long as there's civility and respect and a commitment to telling the truth on some level. And if you're willing to do that, and keep in mind some of the people who stumble through here may be of delicate sensibilities, then I think we'll get along fine. And I welcome you here. So this is my first video for Discord, and I may put it over on Patreon. It is a statement of goals to be part of a humor community, not necessarily the head of it even, but a commitment to helping you find your funny and sharing what I know. I've been at this for years. I've taken many humor classes, and we'll get into that. I think we need to wrap it up for now. But, put your comments down in the comments section. Let us know of resources. And if you have things that you'd like to bring on stage and we'll highlight you and your ideas, man, let's do it. So, again, I'm Rob Lightfoot. Check me out at roblightfoot.com or thinkingfunny.com. And, of course, the various Twitter stuff, which I'm terrible about interacting on Twitter. I'm hoping here will be a little bit more of a chance to have a conversation. It's not limited to 140 characters. So have a great day. Thanks for stopping by.